Beware the pension trap, my friends. And I'm telling you, I know many of you are like, it must be nice to have a pension. I see it all the time, dude. All the time. And other people say, we need to go back the way it was where we all had pensions. As they're living in a fantasy world that was never like that. Silly. You could have had a pension. You could have freaking worked 20, 30 years for the police union, for the police, the fire department. You could have had a pension work for the federal government, your local state municipality. You could have. You could have been a teacher and had a pension. But there are sacrifices to this, my friends. There are big sacrifices, and we're going to them here just a little bit because the level of it must be nice. I hear that all. It drives me up the wall. I'm like, dude, you sacrifice your personal freedom and autonomy in order to have a pension. That's just a fact. You had to stay at your job for a certain amount of time to get it. You did not leave that job. And now you're rewarded with a pension. That is a fact. And you, on the other hand, don't have a pension. You said, I don't want that pension. I will sacrifice a pension to have some more personal autonomy. Anyway, so my man Bob Bly, who I'm a big fan of, he had written this article, Beware of the Pension Trap, in his email. And I subscribed to his email list because I like Bob Bly. And it's interesting. He had written this book on, let me see if I can't find it. One second. On Charles Proteus Steinmetz, the electrical wizard of Schenectady. I bought this, in 2018. The book was good. Talk about Steinmetz. It wasn't as good relative to like his unique, insane creations of alternating current electricity transmission and whatnot. It was more about his personal life, which I liked. I got a lot out of it. But in terms of the actuality of the physics, the engineering behind the electricity, it was a little bit short on that. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not bashing the book at all. I very much enjoyed it. Anyway, it's interesting because Bob Bly has written just tons of book on marketing. And the fact that he took on this book, A Genius to Rival Edison. So we got, we all know that Tesla, Steinmetz, and another guy, I forgot, there's a third guy out there that, what's his name, Ken Wheeler talks about, J.J. Thompson, I can't remember. Maxwell, I forgot. Anyway, there's a third guy. And all these guys put Einstein to shame and Edison to shame. But anyway, Charles Proteus Steinmetz was a key figure in creating the modern world. Edison and Tesla have the glory, but perhaps the greatest electrical wizard of them all was this guy right here. Revered in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, I bet you never heard of him, as a genius but largely forgotten today. He made the world possible through his revolutionary work on alternating current electricity transmission. More than just a great scientist and engineer, he is one of the most colorful characters of American life, standing at just 4 feet tall with a pronounced spine curvature. He was a socialist, and back when I was reading this in 2019, before the great pandemic came along, anything that was socialist espousing, I said, oh, evil. And now, I'm not socialist, but now I realize that big corporations are just as bad as big government, frankly. In fact, big corporations could be worse because they own big government, as we saw what happened in 2020, 2021, and going forward for sure. So Eugene Debs, Steinmetz, you know what I'm saying? It's a challenge, dude. I mean, anything that's big is generally not good for the average Joe. Anyway, so going back to Bob Bly, he goes, I'm 65 years old, says Bob. Many of our couple friends are my age, and a large number have fallen into the pension trap. The pension trap is when you work for 40 years at a job you tolerate at best. That's exactly what I'm talking about, tolerate at best. Or that bores the crap out of you. Or at worst, a job you loathe. The pension trap guys I know who have retired are proud they get a pension. They boast about it, and some laud it over me. They say they feel sorry for that I still have to work. But my reaction to that is, I don't share them. Well, my reaction to that, which I don't share with them, is why would you work at a job you hate for 3 to 4 decades if you had any choice in the matter? It sounds like a miserable existence to me, a misery confirmed by endless observation and conversations with numerous friends, neighbors who are all pension slaves. Me? I'd rather spend my life working a job I love, which I do, as it happens, and happily forego a pension in exchange for my freedom from indentured slavery. Also, 3 things many pension slaves don't get and never will. First, if you love what you do, you're not even working. This isn't work for me. This YouTube, I love this YouTube stuff. It's fun. Did I get paid a decent, I say salary? I mean, I don't make $100,000 on YouTube, but it's enough to cover my mortgage. Doing these videos, at least we stay here today, covers my mortgage. It's insane, and I freaking love it. I spend all day thinking, what's a good video to do? I think about it all the time, and I love it. It's fun. And I like the comments. Even the people, bash me. Say, oh, get to the point. Some of these guys are just the leaks. I'm like, dude, what's going on here? It's stupid. I mean, like, it's not productive. I don't care. You can disagree with the topic at hand, but to say you don't like how I talk, or I just get out of here. I don't care. Just leave. No big deal. Um, it's enjoyable play. What I'm saying. Second, although not all of us who are self-employed or own small businesses are rich, many of us are quite comfortable, and therefore we have no need of a pension. I don't know if I agree with that so much. I mean, having a pension would be great and still be a small business and quite comfortable. Third, we actually love our work, love our work so much that we do not intend to retire 100%. Because as Noel Coward so aptly put it, work is more fun than fun. No, this is not my desire to make associates who live for a pension feel badly. I just want them to know that I like the path I've chosen and I don't envy them one iota. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I do. I say, man, I get it. It'd be sweet to have, at 55 years old, $3,000 a month coming in with a 100% guaranteed federal employee health benefit. I get that. But what did you have to go through to get that? It ain't easy, dude. I mean, a cop, at least 20 years, a firefighter. I mean, you had to go through a lot. And I could have stayed in the army and retired as a freaking probably an E1 private after 20 years. I could have stayed in. But anyway, the point being, I want to share this here too. The pension trap. Retired teachers in California struggle to make ends meet with no access to Social Security. And I'll do another video on that as well. That's called the WEP and the GPO. And I'm just telling you, man, because they're retired teachers, they're going to get suffered by the GPO, government pension offset. They're not going to get spousal benefit or survivor benefits on Social Security. They get very limited of their own benefits because they didn't pay into it. It's wrong at 100%, but it is what it is. They said this one lady, the example is she quit her job as a professional to go work as a teacher because she wanted the pension. Little did she know she wasn't paying into Social Security. Now the WEPA is going to take most of her Social Security, and the GPO will take it all from her surviving spouse. And so she's living on her California pension, which is actually pretty good relative to what Texas teachers have. Beware the pension stuff, man. I'm telling you, it's a trap. And that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means there is a trap in there. You're going to have to slave away for 20, 30, 40 years to get it. And what could you have been doing in the interim? It's for every action, there's a reaction. You got to look at both sides. All right, love your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the email and the doobie-doo. We go live every Friday at 4 p.m. on Locals. Looking for that. I'm interviewing my man Craig Israelson from 712 Portfolio fame on Friday. I forgot what time now, but I'll put a link in the show notes. I'll put a link in my video. I can't wait. So I interviewed Craig many, many moons ago. It's going to be fun to have a revisit of that after the pandemic. All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you.